Welcome to the first ever fully in-depth wave course. I recommend this course for all beginners as it will instill to your head the most important foundational pieces of getting waves, things which will help you out throughout the rest of your journey. Over this course, we'll be going over what waves are, which methods we'll be using to get waves, what products to use for your hair, and why hair health is so important for this journey. Let us begin. So what are waves exactly? Now, waves are curls that are actively being laid down on your scalp, which means in order to get waves to form, you need a decent amount of hair on your head. This is because there is an exact length your hair needs to be in order to curl. This is called your curl length, and your curl length determines how long your hair needs to be in order to make curls, and so you can turn those curls into waves. However, keep in mind that this length is different for everyone. How long it takes for your hair to reach your curl length is fully dependent on your hair types and how fast your hair grows. Take a look at this hair type chart. The bigger the number, the quicker it would be for your hair to reach its curl length. Go ahead and check out where you land. Keep in mind that everyone's hair is different and people have different textures on different spots of their head. For me, my hair is more like a 3A on the right side of my head. However, in the wave community, instead of saying 3A, 4A, 3B, etc., we group everything up into coarse, medium, and straight hair textures. Is it accurate? No. Flawed? Yes. But it makes it simple enough for everyone to understand. 4A, 4B, and 4C would be considered coarse hair. This is the texture that wavers like Corsair Kings, 360 Juice, and I have, and is by far the most common hair texture throughout all wavers. Next we have 3A, 3B, and 3C. This is what we call medium hair and is arguably the easiest texture to get waves. This is because opposed to coarse hair, medium hair, the curls are a little bit bigger, so they're a lot easier to control at first. And the easier your hair is to control, the easier it is to manipulate. Wavers such as 360 Jeezy and Sir Cruz are medium textured wavers. We would say that I have medium hair on the right side of my head because my curls are 3C and 3P. Just know it is completely normal to have different textures in your hair and it should not stop you from getting waves. Anything 2C and beyond we categorize as straight hair. Yes, there are straight hair wavers like Tsunami Timo. However, the journey is a lot different because you have to grow your hair out, which is called wolfing, for a lot longer than usual. But I wouldn't let this discourage you as there are a lot of straight hair wavers with really dope waves, and their textures add a unique spin on the hairstyle. And now, before we start brushing, it is of the utmost importance that we find the location of your crown. Back when I was a beginner, I would watch wave YouTubers brush their hair and I just assumed that everyone's crown was in the center of their head. However, mine wasn't, and it was offset a little bit to the right. But silly me decided to brush my hair like I had a center crown, and is now going to be the only problem in my waves that I can't fully fix. All of this just because I couldn't brush the crown that I was born with. And it would have been easier to do that anyway. I understand that it can be a bit tricky to brush your waves with an offset crown. Heck, my brother literally has two crowns right next to each other. However, later in this video, I'll tell you the most important wave method that fully solves this issue. Unfortunately, even more bad news for you if you weren't already a hair care expert, you probably have no idea where your crown is to begin with. The primary method that I hear online to finding your crown is like wetting your hair, then waiting 3 hours and then picking the right bald spot on your head. But that's pretty inefficient, pretty ineffective, and if you really don't know where your crown is to begin with, it's going to be pretty hard to find your crown doing that. What I found to be the most efficient and effective method of finding your crown is just asking your mom where your crown is, and I'll guarantee that she'll know where it is. And if you don't have a mom, when did Wave Manager become insensitive? The other method is to ask your barber where it is, and because he's a literal hair care expert, he'll point it out. So after you figured out your hair texture, now it's time to figure out how you're actually gonna get waves. Like a video game, there are two main paths you can take. The first path is a more traditional path, which is just to go to the barber and ask him for a wave. There's a couple problems with this, but it still works. The first path is the most common path and traditional path, which is where you get a haircut, you cut right under your curl length, and you start brushing your angles. As you can see on the screen right now, there's a guide to how low you should cut your hair according to your hair texture. So pause the video, look for your hair texture, and see what it says. This is exactly what you should tell your barber when you go to the barber shop. And please, if you want to see results quicker, if you want to start to see waves faster, please do not ask him for a wave cut. This is very risky. If you don't have a very specific hair texture, which is around a 4C or a 4B, please do not get a wave cut, because he's just going to cut you a 1 against the grain. And if you have medium hair texture or even 4A, it's going to take forever for your hairs to grow back, and you probably give up on waves by that time. So please follow the guide I have on screen. Keep in mind that all of these cuts should be with the grain and accompanied with a low, baby, or no taper at all. If you don't know what any of this means yet, that's okay, you'll learn it later on in the video. Now the second and fastest way of getting waves is by already having a decent amount of hair in your head. Not too long to where it starts locking up or anything, but anything from past your hair length all the way to about an 8 guard with the grain. Then you want to go ahead and do the wash and style method step for step. I have a full guide on how to do the wash and style, so just look up Wavman J wash and style after you're finished with this video. Even if you don't have waves now, by the end of the method, if done properly, you will have a full set of waves on your head. Then after you already have waves, you can go to the barber, cut down to your actual hair length, and properly start your journey from then. But if you have your doubts, 360GZ documented cutting off all his waves, going bald, and then growing out an afro so he has no remnants of his waves left. And then he went ahead, he missed his waves, so then he went ahead and did a washing style, and he got his waves back in a day, and from there, he was able to make the perfect foundation, and he supercharged his progress, all because he basically started what would be 4 weeks in a normal journey if you were to cut your hair off the traditional way. That's why this new method is so good to do, but it's just really hard to do for beginner wavers because they have to learn the washing style, which can take a while and can be quite complicated to learn. But if you want to see that video, look up 360GZ, getting my waves back. His transformation is incredible, and I think you can do the same thing if you learn enough and with enough dedication. The pros, you get waves instantly and you have a solid foundation for the rest of your journey. The cons, however, it can be discouraging for beginners if they don't get it right at first. You might not have the necessary supplies to do it yet, and overall it's not very beginner friendly. But you need supplies to get waves anyway, and I'll get to the supplies you need in a minute. However, at the end of the day, this method does work best for medium textured wavers. However, the normal, traditional, just getting a haircut method is a lot easier for everyone. So the choice is yours. However, if you're a quick learner, there's no reason you shouldn't do this method. Now it's time for the most exciting part of waving, which is the products. Similar to things such as working out, there are certain supplies that are recommended for beginners to really make progress at first. However, waving is unique because there's certain things that you need to make any progress at all. I mean, you don't just spawn in the world holding a mirror and a brush. However, these are the two most important supplies that you absolutely need to get waved. But why is that? Well, it has to do with the main action that the brush does, which is crucial to getting waves. Pop quiz. What makes waves? It's laid down curls. And what a brush does is that it essentially takes your hair from going like this and it lays it down on your scalp, creating waves. Then the second most important product is a handheld mirror. Look, if you're serious about getting waves with as little stress as possible, never ever brush your hair without a handheld mirror and outside of your bathroom mirror. Brushing your hair without a mirror is called blind brushing. What blind brushing does is ruin your progress because if you're brushing your hair with a different angle from every stroke, you end up confusing your hair so it develops a fork and not the one you eat with. Forks are a completely normal thing for your first week or so of having waves. However, blind brushing creates permanent forks which take months to get rid of. So please use protection and don't brush your hair without a mirror. And the third crucial ingredient for waves is a hair product. You need products to add moisture back in your hair and maintain healthy hair health. Healthy hair will make every part of getting waves a lot easier. And last but not least, you'll need a do-rag. What a do-rag does is that it basically seals in all the products in your hair along with protecting your hair from the natural elements. Because waves are laid down curls, you want to make sure that your waves are laid down as much as they can be. Section 3 of this video starts with brushes, and as you can see, I have a lot of brushes. This isn't even half of my total collection. You don't need to be like me, but all you really need to know is that different brushes have different textures. Let me explain. Here I have the 3 most crucial brushes that every waver needs: a hard, medium, and soft brush. This right here is a soft brush. As you can see, the bristles aren't quite hard enough to reach your scalp. This is a medium brush, and this is a hard brush. This is the difference between the softest brush I have and the hardest brush I have. On a low fresh haircut, a soft brush might be all I need to use to brush my hair and make progress. And using a hard brush, the bristles would be too hard for my head to take. However, if I'm wolfing for 8 weeks, then my hair is too long for the soft brush to make any impact other than laying down, and that's when my hard brush will feel like the soft brush when my hair is low. However, for beginner wavers, I really do recommend that they only really need a soft brush and a medium hard brush, and if they really decide to commit to waving, then they build a brush addiction and they get a whole collection. But these two brushes should carry you a long way. And also, I think 26K Wavy, the website these brushes come from, do have a medium, a soft, and a medium hard pack. So if that's still up, I'll link it down in the description. I briefly mentioned hair care and hair health, but why is this really so important for your wave? When I was 16 years old, I had just started my wave journey. And one day I went to my mom's room to grab the Cantu to moisturize my hair. As I was about to put the Cantu in my hair, my mom stopped me to let me know that this moisturizer will do nothing more but dry out my hair and create a bunch of problems like dandruff and dry scalp. I promptly responded with, "Oh, this is a moisturizer, why else would we have it in the house, etc, etc." But then I would suffer from an itchy scalp and dry flakes. You know about them dry flakes, bruh. Only when I started researching hair health seriously, I found out what the problem was, and I saw that my mom was right all along. So for me to avoid going on an entire tangent about how bad Cantu is and you only want to use natural products, I made a full hair care guide, but I do that over there. So look up Waveman J hair care guide after this video, because I do believe that is the single most important thing other than brushing for your waves. But to summarize, beginners should be trying their absolute best to find only natural products, and the best and most consistent types of natural products that I found are all natural products from online BOBs, such as 26K Wavy. Now, one limiting belief you may have is that, oh, it's online, I have to buy it, don't really want to invest in that, or it might be more expensive. Now, store-bought products, on average, can be pretty pricey in any type of hair store, and the price difference really isn't that much. And if you have an Amazon account, if you have Amazon Prime, if you order anything online or have any paid subscriptions, there really is no reason and no excuse for not prioritizing your hair health. If you're serious about getting waves, I truly recommend that you really invest and you prioritize your hair health a little bit more. For beginners, I recommend starting with a little bit less unhealthy products like As I Am from the store, and then you can move on to the products that elite wavers use. One universal thing that I found is that all elite wavers basically use the same type of products, which are online BOBs. And one thing that having healthy hair helps with tremendously is the most important part of waving, which is wolfing. Some would even go as far as saying that wolfing is the main secret, the main thing, the main driver to what really gets you waves and to what really drives making a lot of progress. All wolfing really means is just only cutting down the top of your hair, like your actual waves, around every 6 to 8 weeks. That's the sweet spot. But it's basically the bulking equivalent in wave. Essentially, the longer your hair is, the easier it is for it to curl. And because waves are laid down curls, your waves are essentially, another way of saying that is that your waves are made up of curls. And the more curls you have, the easier it is to get waves, and it just supercharges the amount of progress you're able to make. This is why wolfing is so great. However, when you're a beginner waver, it can be a little bit difficult to lay down and manage your wolf. This is why it's important to have a hard, medium, and soft brush, or at least a medium hard brush, so you can really get down to the scalp. And also doing washing styles around 2 to 3 times a week, because doing a washing style makes it incredibly easy for you to maintain and manage your wolf. And because I don't want you to be looking ugly and like a literal wolf, of course, you can get little haircuts and tapers along the way. Just make sure your tapers aren't too high to where it interferes with your size coming in, and make sure you're not cutting down your wolf when you're just getting like a taper haircut. All a taper really means is just a little fade right here. It's really not too complicated. It is the primary haircut you'll be getting as a waver. After you finish your first wolf, which for beginner wavers, because it's kind of hard to train your hair completely, should be around 4 or 5 weeks, then we can think about getting your first real haircut. I promise you, I did say products are the most exciting part of waves, but the most exciting event you can do in waves is cutting down your wolf. I was supposed to get my wolf cut off today, and I'm really disappointed that I wasn't able to. This is just to go to show I've gotten many wolf cuts, and there's still nothing like coming home with a fresh cut after you finally cut off that wolf, and you really get to see the culmination of all the hours of brush work, all of that, and you really get to see all the progress really for the first time. As for cutting off your wolf, this can completely make or break your progress. Too many people on my Discord server have fell victim to the barber cutting them way too low and them virtually losing all their progress. As I'm drilling into your head, waves are laid down curls, so the more curls you cut off and the less your waves will be able to be seen. How easy it is to see your waves, that is called definition. If it's really easy to see your waves, you have really high definition, elite level definition, and you really know how to lay your hair down. If you have low definition, it probably means that your hair is cut pretty low and you're a beginner and you don't really know what you're doing. In order to combat this, medium and coarse wavers, you have to make it explicitly clear to your barbers to never cut you to a 1.5 or lower. Never get a 1.5 unless you're an elite waver and you know what you're doing and you've gotten one before. Instead, coarse and medium hair wavers should be cutting down to a 2 with the grain, not against the grain, with the grain. And on top of that, make sure that you're cutting your crown area a half guard higher. So if I'm cutting my hair down to a 2, I'm gonna tell my barber, yo, can you cut me down to a 2 with the grain, low high taper, and also a 2.5 on my crown area. This, you always want to keep your crown thicker because it's a lot easier to mess up and a lot harder to get right. So you waited long enough, and now it's time that I show you the actual steps you can do to start getting waves right now, or at least until you get your hair cut and or wash and style. Just like the gym, we really want to organize our brush sessions into their own dedicated routine. There are 3 routines I recommend every waver to have: a morning routine, an afternoon routine, and a night routine. And I recommend following 2 to 3 of these a day. By the time this video comes out, I should have a full daily wave routine that you can follow up on the channel, along with a plan I made that you can easily use to track your progress. And that plan will actually be listed in this video's description for free, of course.